Energy.
Hello guys, welcome back to Sports Corner GH. My name is Adam. So guys, if you see me wearing this nice Black Star GC, then you know we are going to continue with our Black Star series. In today's edition of the Black Star series, we will continue talking about Ghana versus Central African Republic, the last game that would determine whether we go to the African Cup of Nations tournament in Ivory Coast or not. Now, one will be asking, how can Ghana qualify? We either have to draw or win this game. The game would be played here in Ghana, 4 p.m. on the 7th of September. So guys, if you are not busy, you are not doing anything, please on the 7th of September, make your way to the bbnaija Sports Stadium and support the Black Stars. Now, we started this series talking about the goalkeepers, 3 goalkeepers. You can see that on the screen. We also talked about defenders, 9 defenders. You can also see that on your screen. We also talked about midfielders, 5 midfielders. You can see that on your screen. In today's video, we are going to talk about the wingers, 5 wingers and also 5 on standby. I believe these players are likely to be called up by Coach Chris Hughton to play against Central African Republic on the 7th of September so that we can qualify to the next African Cup of Nations that is going to be played in Ivory Coast. So guys, if you have not subscribed yet, please make sure to subscribe. If you have already subscribed too, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Now, if you see a list of names on your screen, these are shout-outs. Shout out to all these guys that have been appreciative and supportive of Sports Corner GH. They like the comments, they turn on notification. Guys, thank you very much if you see your name here. If your name is not here, don't worry, I'll add your name to the next time we make a video on the Black Stars. So guys, quickly, let me jump into it and let's talk about wingers. I believe Coach Chris Hughton is likely to call to face Central African Republic in the last game of the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. And the first player we are going to talk about is Osman Bukari, who plays for Real Star Belgrade in the Serbian League. Now, I just want to talk about this player because I believe he's likely to be called up by Coach Chris Hughton. He has been a very good super sub for the Black Stars during the World Cup, during the AFCON, during our qualifiers. We have all seen him come off the bench and do wonders and change games. If you want a typical game changer within the Black Star setup, it is Osman Bukari. Now, that is for even the Black Stars. When it comes to Red Star Belgrade, he is putting up monstrous numbers from last season, even coming even into this season, scoring goals, giving assists. He is one of the wingers I know we will be looking up to if we actually want to win this game. Now, there's one thing I really want to touch on. He's always being used as a sub. I believe it's high time we reward him with a start against Central African Republic so that we see how he can influence that game for the Black Stars. At least when we are able to win or score some goals in the first half, it would ease things in the second half for the Black Stars. So guys, the first player or the first winger likely to be called out by Coach Chris Hughton is Osman Bukari. Now, the second winger I believe would add a call up to Coach Chris Hughton's team to face Central African Republic is Jospeh. Yes, Jospeh Paintsil, aka Ghana Michael Jackson. He knows how to sing rough. Now, when it comes into the Black Stars, he's one player that has proven a lot of people wrong. Now, he missed out on the World Cup. It became a very big issue here in Ghana because Ghanaians saw him as one of the top talents here in Ghana, but he missed out on that. He even came back to the Black Stars, redefined himself, proved a lot of people wrong, and I believe he's one of the players, if we really want to score goals, we can get it from him, Jospeh Paintsil. For Genk, his club side, he's doing so well in the Belgian Pro League. He's scoring goals, giving assists. In fact, the last game they played, even though he had a red card, he even scored a goal. And Jospeh Paintsil is doing so well. He's also on the transfer market. Teams like Leeds United interested in him. Fiorentina interested in him. So guys, this is the latest on him. That's aside. If you have not watched our latest video on the transfers, please make sure to know more about Jospeh Paintsil's transfer. But then I believe he's likely to be called out by Coach Chris Hughton, looking at what he can do for his club and also for the country, Ghana. Now, moving away, let's talk about the third player, and I'm going to talk about Kamaldeen Sulemana. Now, Kamaldeen Sulemana, from reports from the coach and also from reports from Southampton, he's injured. Now, as to whether he will be fit enough to come and go straight into this Black Star team is a question. So I'm going to put an asterisk on his name. But I believe if a fit Kamaldeen Sulemana is available, Coach Chris Hughton is likely to call him up to play for the Black Stars. We have always seen him start games for the Black Stars, even though sometimes people complain about his end product. He's very productive when you are playing the football. He dribbles, he takes players on one-on-one, he tries to create chances for the strikers, and he makes football very lively when you're watching it. And Kamaldeen Sulemana, when fit, will surely end a call up to the Black Stars. So as to whether he's going to be fit enough to end a call up, time will tell. But if not, we are going to look at standby players who are likely to replace Kamaldeen Sulemana in the top 5 wingers likely to be called up by Coach Chris Hughton. Now, moving away from Kamaldeen Sulemana, let's talk about Ernest, the man of the moment. Ernest is the man of the moment currently. Now, the latest about him is that he has signed a new contract with Lyon. Yes, he's going to wear the number 37 jersey. Now, away from that, this is the reason why I believe Coach Chris Hughton is going to end a call-up or will give a call-up to Ernest. Now, Ernest ended his debut call-up to the Black Stars just some few months ago. He played against Madagascar and then after joined the Black Mentors and played in the Under-23 African Cup of Nations with them. We saw how good he was. He was very explosive. He knows how to take players one-on-one. He has speed. He can dribble. And I believe these are the kind of qualities Coach Chris Hughton looks out for. He's very young, 19 years of age. And currently, he's one player that is doing so well for Northern before he even left for Lyon. And I believe that, we should allow him enter into the Black Star squad, learn from others, and also give him some small game time. If he starts this game, I won't be surprised because it's just one game. But if he comes in the second half, at least that is a super weapon we can use against Central African Republic in the person of Ernest. He has scored a lot of goals last season. Even this season, starting, he has scored about 4 or 5 goals in the Danish Super League for Northern before leaving for Lyon. We hope that he has a prosperous season, a number of years with goal scoring and assists with Lyon. Make sure to bring you every update about him live here on Sports Corner GH. Now, the last player I'm going to talk about who is going to end a call-up to join Coach Chris Hughton's Black Stars to face the African Republic would be Jordan Ayew. Now, Jordan Ayew, when it comes to Ghana, I don't know. He's one player that has been, let me say, both hated and loved at the same time. When it comes to the Black Stars setup, he plays very well sometimes. Sometimes he's not playing so well. And people complain about it. But one thing we don't notice is that every coach that has taken over the Black Stars still plays Jordan Ayew. Because Jordan Ayew follows the instruction to the letter. He does so well that sometimes you even wonder why he can't replicate what he does for his club side for the Black Stars. But I believe in the abilities of Jordan Ayew. In fact, if one of the Ayews would still continue playing for the Black Stars, I see Jordan Ayew doing that because Jordan Ayew has all the qualities you need in the winger. Now, in the last game we played against Madagascar, because our strikers were not around, he was used as a striker. But I believe this time around, he will be used as a winger because most of the strikers are fit. Semenyo is fit, Inaki is fit. So I believe Jordan Ayew will be part of the wingers. So guys, these are the 5 wingers I believe are going to end a call-up to Coach Chris Hughton's squad to play against Central African Republic in the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. 5 of them, Osman Bukari, Jospeh, Paintsil, Kamaldeen Sulemana because he's injured, and Ernest, Nuamah, and also Jordan Ayew. Now, let's take a look at our standby. Standby players, challenge them be tough because all the standby players are doing so well. And guys, I'm going to begin with Ibrahim Sadiq. Now, Ibrahim Sadiq plays for BK Hacking, and if you follow this channel very closely, I've talked about him several times. This boy scores goals for fun. He scores goals or assists in almost every game he plays for BK Hacking. And I believe that if there's injury to the top 5 that I've already mentioned, likely to end a call-up to the Black Stars, Ibrahim Sadiq is one player I believe we slot in. Looking at the fine season he's having with BK Hacking. Currently, they're playing in the Europa League qualifiers. And I believe if they're able to, qualify for the Europa League proper, he's going to be one player to actually watch out for. Now, moving away from that, a 3-year ban here now, We saw that this new season, he was getting a lot of playing time with SC Zurich. We already know the talent he has, even though he didn't get, a fruitful and productive performance during that 23 African Cup of Nations in Morocco. I still believe a 3-year ban there still has a lot to give to the Black Stars anytime he ends a call-up. So if you are looking for players on the standby list, a 3-year ban here is one of those. Now, Francis Amuzu decided to play for Ghana over Belgium. He's willing to switch nationality or have already done that. And he's one player that is doing so well for Anderlecht. And I believe that if you are looking for one player that can actually come into the Black Star squad and do wonders, or get his debut and do wonders, is Francis Amuzu. So he's also on the standby list. Let's see what will happen with that one. We also have yeboah. Now, yeboah is one player that has been talked about by Ghanaians a lot. They are like, oh, let this guy end the call-up. He's doing so well for his club side. But as to whether Coach Chris Hughton is going to call yeboah, we are yet to know. So, guys, he's one player to look out for. If something happens to any of the players at the top 5, one of these players could actually slot in because they are all of good quality. And the last one is Fatawu Issahaku. Now, I included Fatawu Issahaku because Fatawu Issahaku is one player I believe needs the opportunity. Not only that, he's one player I believe needs the confidence also, because his club side at Sporting, he's not getting game time, he's not getting the opportunity there. So I believe if just a single game that's going to allow us qualify for the African Cup of Nations, probably if you are done and dusted in the first half, he can come in the second half, play about 20 minutes, showcase his skills so that, the clubs will see that he's not a lot good. He's a player with a lot of quality and potential that can help anything in the world. So I've included him in the standby list because I believe if anything happens once again to the top 5 I mentioned, these standby players can slot in and do wonders. So guys, these are the standby wingers I believe could end up a call up to the Black Star squad in Coach Chris Hughton's team to face Central African Republic. Let me know your thoughts about this down below in the comment section. Also, if you feel like I've left out a player, let me know down below in the comment section. Also, let me know, do you think Black Stars can qualify for the AFCON? Are you so confident about it? Let me know about that down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification to Sports Corner GH. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next Black Star series. Charlie, we go vibe.